Hi, sisters. I would want you to help me make a good decision. I've been dating this guy for 3 years. When we started dating, someone told me that he had a child from his previous relationship. I never knew about this. I asked him about it and he admitted and explained that his ex had an affair with another guy which resulted in their breakup. He went on to say that he had planned to tell me before we got married. I told him I never planned to get involved with a man that already has children. Reason being that, in most cases, the children cause confusion in the house. I told him I would tolerate everything about the child, but not his ex. He agreed, so we were living our lives. I later found out that my boyfriend had bought teacher training college forms for his ex. I asked him why he did that, and he said he is securing a future for his child because she is the only one who will take good care of his child in case he dies. Sisters, I suspect he still has feelings for her. Her frequent calls demanding for school items and other things have caused a lot of confusion in our relationship, and I'm almost opting out. I don't know why he will still pay her fees aside taking care of his child and sending her money every month of which I contribute to. Kindly help me make a decision.
That's quite an interesting one, I must say. Olivia, let me come to you first. I don't know what you think about this one. I mean, okay, you have a child, that's fine. You take care of your child, and you're taking your baby mama to school. Wow, paying for it, Charlie, take it away.
Wow, this is just crazy. It's like he's breaking the baggage from his previous relationship into his new relationship, and he's not allowing his new relationship to grow. And the sad thing is that he's not even empathetic of how his girlfriend currently feels. I mean, they've spoken about it, which is good, right? But he's adamant. He's like, okay, it is what it is. Yes, nobody has asked him not to take up responsibility of his child, but not when another woman is involved and not when her feelings are involved, you see. And he doesn't, I feel like no matter how many times you talk to him or you let him understand that you're uncomfortable with his relationship with his ex, he will never understand. Okay, because in his mind, he's looking to still play a father figure for his child. Okay, so he will never be able to understand where you're coming from. Already you guys are having fights about, how often he's on the line with his baby mama, what's going on, and it's unnecessary friction for a young relationship that's new. You're supposed to enjoy it on a clean slate, enjoy each other, go through regular tough times, but he's lackadaisical. He's like, okay. And on another hand, I can't quite blame him too. The only part I'll blame him for is entertaining their baby mama too much. At the end of the day, what exactly does he need to support the child? If it's money, okay, mobile money is her, put the money in her account and then move on. The fact that he keeps entertaining her, paying her school fees, this is not the child we're talking about. This is the woman, the ex-woman we're talking about. So he's still investing his time on the phone with her, investing his resources with her, and he expects that you'll sit down and appreciate that it is what it is. I'm sorry, me, Olivia Amalekoson, I will not be in a relationship like that. I will not give myself mental illness. I will not end up walking on the streets and just talking and blabbing because he just doesn't understand where you're coming from. My dear, you're young, you're beautiful, you have your whole life ahead of you. If you feel that this thing will give you stress, Charlie, don't stress. Life is too short. 1 minute you're here, the next you're not. Create an environment whereby your children will thrive. This is you. This is your husband. This is your family, your children. This is what you're doing together to make it work. The last thing that you want is drama from baby mama coming in, especially when the guy doesn't even understand you. So you're fighting a losing battle. Had he understood you, it would have been a completely different story. But he doesn't understand you. He's not pathetic of what you're talking about. He just doesn't get it. And say, sweetheart, the patrol, this one is easy. You don't have any children with him. You've invested too bad. But my dear, pick your bags and just go. And moving forward, at least you know that this is not the kind of relationship that you want. Because trust me, I feel like I always say, it's a recipe for disaster. Because you have kids coming in, nah. In the near future, no, I beg you, sister, I beg run. You get some guy who is single enough who concentrates on you. Okay, and just chill.
All right, Rosina, let me come to you. I mean, is it really that bad? I mean, so maybe he's a very thoughtful guy, you know, he's thinking beyond just taking care of his child, wanting his baby mama to be in a better place just in case he dies, you know. I mean, it might not be a bad thing.
It is actually not a bad thing.
Yeah.
Because you see, it's not everybody who has the heart to look after somebody's child or to be in a relationship with somebody who has another child. So you're either in or out. Now, sometimes you need to put yourself in the other woman's shoes. What if it was you who had a baby with another man and the woman he's with now doesn't want you to look after your child or take... I mean, it doesn't work. And the man is very right by saying that if he supports the other woman to probably go to school and probably be independent, in the end, it means that his support towards the child will probably be lessened because then he will now equip the woman to be in a better place to take care of the child. And like you said, especially if he's no more. So I don't think that there's a bit of a problem. The problem here is if there was no issue, you didn't have any child with the woman, and yet the man is always finding ways and means of entertaining the ex and being with the ex, then you know that there's reason for concern. But if they have a child, and you know they have a child, and you claim you're okay with it, trust me, the woman is going to call every time. I don't see why you should have a problem with the woman calling for school fees for the child. I don't understand. I mean, what do you want the woman to do? So some of these things, let's not lie to ourselves when we get into relationships. Know what you can handle and what you can't handle. If you know that you can't handle a man who has children elsewhere, please don't get into it. If you know that you can't handle, I mean, if you know you can, don't get into it. I mean, we are quick to forgive or to make light of certain things that we know that are issues for us because we quickly want to get married. We want to take that box, or we feel like we've invested 1 year into the relationship, and because of that 1 year, you don't want to just leave and waste that 1 year. But it's better to waste that 1 year than to waste another 6 years or a lifetime of agony and stress and, you know, all kinds of emotional, you know. So I think that the man has done nothing wrong. The man didn't deny it. The man has told you, yes, he has a child. He was going to tell you before they got married. So you knew, you're not even married yet, but you knew. So it's up to you to decide whether to stay or to leave. Now the child is taking care of his child and has bought forms for the ex to go to school. You are complaining. Charlie, my dear, you're not even married to the guy yet. You're not married to the guy yet. So what if in the process, you also probably get pregnant and he decides that, Charlie, this is not what I want. You are nagging too much about my ex-girlfriend and then the child, and he decides to move on to a third party. What do you want him to do to you? So some of these things, all I keep saying is that, look, that's the real world. So if you know you can't handle it, don't sign up for it. Luckily for you, it's not like you're married and you found out whilst you were married. My submissions would have been different. But you found out before marriage. So you have every right to just walk out of it if you think you can't handle it. Period.
Right. All right, Tina, so it's split, it seems, you know. Rosina says it's not necessarily, you know, basically a bad thing. What's happening, yeah?
Well, I think differently.
Okay.
First of all, she didn't find out through him. She found out from somewhere else.
That he had the child.
Yes.
Yeah.
Confronted him before he confessed and said he was going to tell her before marriage. That's one. Two, she's playing wife material when she's not wife. See, it's very difficult and it's easier said than done that don't play wife when you're not a wife. But it's actually really important because now she's contributing to taking care of a baby mama when she's actually not wife.
Yeah.
So that is why she is emotionally invested. She is financially vested as well. She is there, like she is present. And so her complaints are based on the fact that she's everywhere and they are also everywhere. The baby mama and the child are everywhere in their lives. And she's not even legally married to this man.
Right.
She also raised her concerns right from the beginning that when she found out that he had a child, she said, I don't want to get involved with someone who has a child. And he now said, I promise I'm not going to involve this woman in my life. She later found out that he had bought forms for her. So you see, it's not like she's
Not
been
plain.
hiding.
Yeah, he's been hiding stuff.
He's been hiding things. To me, this is how I see the whole thing. He said that I only left her because she cheated on me. It's not like I don't love her anymore.
Yeah.
It's not that they have something, they have a
Yes.
bond, they have a
Yes.
child together,
Yes.
and that is not small feat. Having a child together, that process alone is very, very binding. And so for me, I see that the man is eating his cake. He's
Eating his cake, is trying to eat his cake and have it.
Yes. He's eating the big cake with the child, and he has a small cake.
Cupcake.
Yes, that he is on his way to, glory. This is what I think. If you can't handle it, get out. Get out before it's too late. Get out before you seal it legally, and then you are trapped and you can't breathe anymore. Now, don't play wife. Any savings you have or anything you're doing, let it be towards your marriage. Have a separate account. Don't contribute. If he wants to contribute to the wellness of his baby mama and the child, let him do it by himself. Let him treat that as a separate thing from what you and him will do, so that you know that you have an independent relationship of his baby mama and the child. By all means, they'll be in your life. As for that, but if you're not willing to work it a day at a time, sorry, it won't work. So yeah, this is what I'm telling you. You need to think through again. You need to know that they are going to be in your life forever. Can you deal with it? If you can't, get out.
Right.
And then also keep your money separate. Don't contribute to any fund that is taking care of the baby mama and the child. Your
Right.
money is your money.
Okay, I think you hit the nail on the head there. For me, what jumps out, from this lady's submission is one, the fact that she says she never planned to have or to marry a guy who has children. So it's obviously a big deal for her. So you're lucky that you're not married to the guy. So if you're having all these, and then there's the ex and having to deal with that as well, this is not for you. It's straightforward. It's not for you. So this is the confirmation that you need. But of course, the final decision is yours to take. A couple of your messages. Tricia says, put yourself in the baby mama's shoe for once. If you need help to further your education, who else will you count on other than the father of your child? Just leave the relationship and find yourself a better man, because you stand a lot to lose than the lady. A child bonds them naturally, and they both have no control over it. Aku says, sister, please leave the relationship. They haven't ended the relationship. Find peace somewhere else. King says, you have been colonized to take care of someone else. My sister, please quit. This is unpalatable. Afi says, madam, please exit for your own peace of mind, because you see, this baby mama will forever be in the picture for as long as the child exists. It's a big red flag. Franklin says, but sister, why should you date someone for 3 years and still counting? Is he a degree or HND? Let him do the needful now, or you'll cry soon. Ella finally says, the lady should understand that he's training her to fish for herself rather than to keep fishing for her. Does she want her husband to give them money for their upkeep for the rest of their lives? He's investing in her education for the child. He married her even when the girl was the child's mama, so she should relax. Well, they're not actually married. He chose her, meaning it's her she loves and wants to spend the rest of his life with. But I pray my future husband does not do this. And we'll go for a quick commercial break. When we return,